Scarcity versus abundance. Look, I want you guys to really get into the mindset of shifting the gears. Shifting where you think that you are at and where you can be at. So a lot of times I'm talking about relationships, I'm talking about what happens in X, Y, and Z in your dating experience and relationships, but I want to bring it back to this. A lot of guys often go into the dating scene feeling like they can't get a girl. They can't talk to a girl. She can't, I don't have that many options, this, that, and the third. And then girls out here having all these options that they're saying they have the roster and all this, that, and the third. And I really want to make it very clear. For the guys out here that are thinking that they can't, that there's not that many fish in the sea, scarcity looks like this. Scarcity says, hey, I only see this one fish in my boat, in my pocket. I can't get any more fishes because this one fish can't bite it can't bite my reel. Every time I whisk it in there, it's not biting. I change the sauce, I change the reel, I change everything, but it's still not biting. And a lot of times we look at this and we get into these pressure zones where we're like, oh my gosh, I can't get a girl. So I'm going to look at all girls that I ever see and I'm going to despise them because they don't like me. They don't do this, they don't like me, they don't like this. But the main reason it's for it is because you're looking at it like you have life. The difference is you are not actively pursuing volume. This is just math, this is just law. Regardless of what it looks like. If you went out and you said, you know what, I'm gonna go out there 200 times. I know at least one time it's gonna hit. You feel me? I know at least if I had a 1% chance, I know at least that's going nibble on the real. But a lot of times we're in a scarcity mindset. A lot of guys are in scarcity mindset because they're not getting overflows of DMs. If you're not the most attractive guy, right? You're not getting exposed to the girls. You're not going out there. You're not DMing. You're not doing nothing. But I'm just trying to say the framework that you're living in is a scarcity mindset due to the fact of you're not getting those qualifications, those market value things that everybody else is getting. You look at that guy and you be like, oh, he's getting all the girls. Oh, he knows how to approach the girls. Guys, I'm gonna leave you a little secret. Some of the guys that you think that are getting game don't have game. To the girls, they just look good. I'm trying to tell you, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters in dating. I really want to say that. I really want to say that. I don't think it goes any deeper than that. I think if girls find you attractive, they just like you. But I want you guys to understand that those guys that you probably have a vendetta of, that are like, oh my gosh, they don't really do anything, they just have all the options. Man, it don't matter. It really don't matter. Because you know what's also the case? These girls are the same way. So if the girls are the same way, don't you think they have an opportunity to steal bag? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, this is why it looks different for girls, right? Girls, they have an abundance mindset. Why? I don't, like, at the end of the day, they look at it and they're like, oh, I got so many people in my DMs, I got this and the third. I'm gonna be honest. Some girls it be like 6s and 7s and 5s. It don't even matter what type of girl you is. You got somebody in your DM. And that's the key thing. If we guys can look at it and say, let me shift the momentum, let me shift my thinking and saying, hey, I'm going to have an abundance mindset, I'm going to have an abundance thinking platform, I'm going to look at my bowl and think I'm going to have so many fishes in here because at the end of the day, I can still get to this result by doing volume. You can still get to that same result of doing volume. Guys, if you talk to guys that are in sales, that are business owners, if you talk to them and say, how did you build your business? Speed and volume. Speed and volume. Because regardless of what it is, if you can consistently do that, at the bare bones, you're going to hit your target. So the more output you put out there, the more growth you can have. And that's just literally anything that you do in life. So don't look at these girls and be like, man, I can't have that. They have all this and this, that, and the third. They got the DMs, or that guy has this, that guy. No. You're going to beat anybody out at the end of the day. If you go for 200, 10 out of 10 girls, you're going to end up with a baddie. You're going to end up with a baddie. I just want to let you know that. If you shoot the shoot, and if you shoot the shot, I promise you, if you're shooting more shots than the average guy, I promise you, I had this one roommate. And I remember he was like, man, I want to, when I get to school, the only thing I'm focusing on is girls. So what he do, he worked himself up the ladder. I physically seen him work him. He got the best looking guy. But he said, man, I'm going to do it. And he worked his way up the ladder. I mean, from 3s to 5s to 7s to 10 out of 10s to say, hey, he that dude. He did that. And I'm trying to say, some of you guys feel like you can't achieve the thing that you really want to achieve. I know at the end of the day, some of y'all just want to have a girlfriend and date somebody. I know, but you guys have to put in the work for that luxury. You're going to have to put in. You're going to have to go on dates. We understand girls flake. I understand that. But the more you put in, the better luck you're going to have. So believe it or not, class is closed.